The aqueduct brings us water for drinking, washing, and bathing. Bazdal often enjoys lounging in the cool waters during hot summer days.
Bright moons, Walker. Come speak with Nisuzi.
Dancing among the flowers fine.
You are the one who saved us from the usurper Euraxia's rule, yes? Oh, thank you. Thank you. For the first time in many moons, this one was able to get a good night's sleep. Taking forever.
Hello there.
Adagi made fun of Tsazara once. Joked about this one's lack of opposable thumbs. So Tsazara bit his hands off. What's funnier than a Senchrat with no thumbs? A doggy with no hands, right?
Visiting there off my list. The stories of an undead plague there makes this one's worse.
Tell Hadamnargo that the only reason his lizard continues to breathe is because Sansag allows it. And remind him that these fields still belong to me. Of course! You never met a Senchrat before? Or you just never bothered talking to one? Most think we are only good for riding into battle, but we are as intelligent as any Khajiit. Only more likely to eat strangers who ask stupid questions.
Greetings, Walker. Have you a moment to speak? By Mara's eyes, if it's not the hero of Riverhold. Mizzik Thunderboots, at your service. This one would offer to buy you a drink, but he has caught the scent of a most curious investigation. No time for taverns while this one's on duty. An abduction, to be precise. No ransom, no demands, no obvious suspects or motives. Just a heartbroken father and a missing young lady. But that is why Mizzik was hired, yes? He steps in when all other justice fails. Correct. This one searches for Xynthia, daughter of Ishu. However, Mizzik's inquiries have led to nothing but dead ends. And with the young lady's safety on the line, the sooner this investigation is solved, the better. A chance meeting turned fated partnership. Fortuitous for this one, yes? You should speak to Ishu first, see if he has any new information for us. His house is just south of the marketplace. Can't miss it. He is a humble Khajiit of moderate wealth. Seems to keep to himself. No enemies, no debts. No reason why he would be targeted. Yet just a few days ago, his daughter, Xynthia, was taken in the dead of night. Most strange, no? If Mizzik did not know better, he would say that it was an intimidation tactic. Perhaps even an act of revenge against Ishu. But who would wish this cruelty against such a kind Khajiit? They outright dismissed Ishu's claim, believing that the young lady has merely run away. A most vexing call, truth be told. From all that Ishu has told this one, Xynthia is a most sweet Khajiit, not one to make her father worry. Mizzik Thunderboots is a Khajiit of action. Well, he does not wish to merely boast of his prowess. This one aims to prove such skill. Just as soon as we have a little more to go on, of course. It is a good name, no? Mizzik Thunderboots. When scoundrels hear the footsteps of his boots, they will quake in fear. Oh, well, perhaps you are right. Not very subtle, is it? This one will confess, while Mizzik is confident in his skills of investigation, he struggles with the more alarming situations his line of work often entails. Such as when large people threaten him with very sharp daggers. Not this investigation, thank the moons. Well, not yet. That is where your expertise comes along, yes? Your bravery. This one's cunning, and a few good leads are all we need to solve this mystery. It is a good name, no?
Are you here about this one, Xynthia? Has she been found? Yes, of course. Xynthia was taken in the dead of night. This one has received no ransom, yet he fears the worst. She is a very beautiful Khajiit, you see. Ishu believes that the captors may mean to sell her. Xynthia has a long, glossy coat, soft as the richest of silks. Her eyes are bright yellow, like the honeyed moons. And she always wears a gold necklace. No suspects, no, but someone who may have spotted something? There is a wood elf who tends to stay up well into the night, always singing and dancing, that one. If anyone saw something unusual the night Xynthia was taken, it might be her. The wood elf's name is Mel? Yes, that's it. Mel the Musical, she always calls herself. You can usually find her toward the north end of town near the Sand Gardens. Ishu will pray for your swift success. To help find this one's darling Xynthia, Ishu will answer any question you ask. Cynthia is a willful child. A tad spoiled, this one admits. Issue dotes on her. The town guard, they do not understand. They say, "Oh, perhaps she has wandered off," they say. "Perhaps she is lost." Such foolishness. How can they be so uncaring? Thank you, thank you. May bright moons light your path. Issue will prepare a feast for Cynthia's return, yes? Perhaps some fish. Ah, yes, fish is her favorite. This one can already hear her contented purrs.
What do you know? A customer. Salutations. Mel the Musical at your service. Are you here for a performance? Issue? The Khajiit with all the cats? That old coot is sweet as honey jagger, but a bit off if you ask me. Shame about his daughter, though. No one should have to go through that. If you're looking for trouble, Tajiri's your girl. I've seen her with all sorts of indecent folk lately. Always shifty eyes on those ones, I tell you. She tends to spend a lot of time behind the stables lately, if you catch my drift. Very good, then. And hey, if you're looking for some entertainment for your next soiree, make sure to seek me out. You won't regret it. She's a gambler with a lot of friends in a lot of places. And you know, who am I to judge? Business is business, after all. But as of late, she just seems to be getting more and more suspicious. In fact, there's been a lot of that in Riverhold. Suspicious activity. People who I ain't ever seen before, going about town at all hours. I mean, I may stay up well past most people's bedtime, but I'm a musician, comes with the territory. And these new folks aren't bards, that's for sure.
Why will dragon be near the moon gate? Do you have any ideas?
This one would love to have the answers.
saw you heading this way. Find anything of interest? Oh, the stables, Developed a sudden interest in horsemanship, Walker? Oh, looks to be a coat. A napping badger, eh? Sounds familiar. Ah, yes! The sleeping badger is a rock formation, just south of Riverhold. But this bit about the sweet trip, that Mizzik doesn't understand. Mizzik will mark it on your map, Walker. Feel free to lead the way. And perhaps this is a good time to mention that this one is not so skilled in violent situations, should trouble find us. But that is where your expertise comes in handy, yes?
Yes?
Keep your weapons sharp and close.
Skooma. These vagrants must be smugglers.
Each one has his price. Mine is 10 gold.
That necklace must belong to... Come, let us speak away from this place. A missing daughter, a hidden note, and now a band of skooma smugglers. This investigation becomes messier with every step we take. This one is unsure, though it is possible Issue may be hiding something. Still, our priority should be to investigate the gambler who wrote that note. Tajiri was her name, yes? That does ring a bell or two. If Tajiri is a gambler, it is likely we can find her at a local tavern. Mizzik will head there at once and see what he can dig up. Meet this one at the Banished Regrets Inn.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Unsurprisingly, the Alfik are often disrespected outside of elsewhere. Here, everyone knows we are just as clever as any other Khajiit. But outside of these lands, Well, there is a reason the Alfik do not travel.
You and I need to speak, now!
Raise the stakes, build the tower from your dreams.
I must admit, you and Thunderboots make quite a charming pair. And watching you both play at being investigator, why, it's been sleek entertainment, truly. But now you tread upon sands that are best left undisturbed. Take it as a friendly warning. I hear that you seek Ishu's daughter, yes? I find that very funny. After all, everyone in Riverhold knows that she left town many years ago. Then Ishu has become senile in his old age. I speak truthfully. He had one daughter and she is gone. Has been gone for many years. Tell this to your partner and drop your investigation. Now.
They tell no lies. Next time be more discreet. Take a gamble, whoops, you're done. Now you're
You fought beside Lord Garishri in Haven? This one should be so lucky.
tossed out to hits and house galore. Next time your money's on the sea, have the good sense to try and cheat.
You look as good as moon sugar. Careful, or Tajiri might lick you.
Bright moons look over us today, Walker. Tajiri has just settled down for a round of gambling. While mizzik distracts her, you can sneak into her home and search for another clue. It's just a bit north of the tavern. Forgive this one if he's skeptical. Even if this stranger spoke truly, why then would Ishu hire mizzik? Why would Tajiri have written that note? Why would we find a gold necklace in the smuggler's camp? Then perhaps this stranger simply wishes to confuse us. Throw us off the scent. Besides, we cannot stop now. Not when an innocent young lady may still be at risk. Let us investigate Tajiri before she retires for the night.
Why, hello, sweet meat. Care to play a game with old Tajiri?
Of course. Though this one will admit he is not very skillful.
My destiny to walk the path with pride.
Tajiri, is that you? We need more groceries for the house. There's barely anything to eat. And would it kill you to tidy up our room once in a while? The upstairs is a mess.
This one hopes you have found something of interest, Walker. Mizzik cannot afford to keep Tajiri distracted any longer. And he means that most literally. Blue serpents? 4-pointed paint? If Mizzik had to guess, this poem describes drop-off locations for illicit goods. Smugglers often hide them in plain sight. First a sleeping badger, now a blue serpent. Must represent another landmark. That's it! The river is often busy with trade. A perfect place to smuggle goods. Let us search along the river and see if we find any barrels or crates with markings. Hopefully we'll find something that will lead us to Zinthia. Mizzik will admit this case is heading in a rather unexpected direction, which is a bit worrisome if he's being honest. It is strange, isn't it? With an operation as intricate as this, it seems odd that these smugglers would target a Khajiit of such limited wealth. This one agrees, but let us first check these smuggler caches. The note said that the goods were leaving town today, yes? That could include Zinthia.
Jabandluk will continue to fight for elsewhere, no matter what dangers he faces. But with heroes like you on our side, well, it makes this one a little more confident that we will prevail.
Could that be the painted mark we seek? Somerset wine, eh? Not illegal, but incredibly taxed. Mizzik has a feeling this bottle didn't find its way to Riverhold through virtuous means. Mizzik sees a painted mark ahead. Oh, if that cheese isn't illegal, it should be. What a smell! That painted mark seems curious now. A very pretty scarf for smugglers to wear, yes? Perhaps it belongs to Zinthia. Mizzik is all right. This barrel smells sweet, but also dark moons. They're smuggling spoiled moon sugar. Very unsafe for anyone to eat. Speak to Ishu and see what he knows of these smugglers. Then let us meet back at the tavern. We have much to discuss.
Yes, any news of this one, Zinthia? Smuggler camps? Dark moons? Yes, the necklace and scarf belong to Cynthia. Have they? Have the smugglers sold her? By John and Joe, please say it isn't so. No, of course not. Issue has only lived a good, honest life. Please, you must find this one's Jakajit. She is so young and innocent and probably terrified without her papa. Whatever will Issue do if his Cynthia is harmed? May bright moons watch over you. Oh, really? Well, Issue supposes his family has grown over the years. But how could this one not seek their companionship? Their little faces, their tiny paws. His darlings love him completely, demanding little but affection and food, and belly rubs. But of course, mostly. She and Medwick don't always get along, but Medwick is older and doesn't always like to play or be teased. And just between us, Tak can be a bit of a Jekozit sometimes. I think she's jealous.
I warned you, thunderboots. And so the other thorn in my paw arrives. I told you, did I not? First time was a warning. Now it is a threat. You both leave town. No more investigations. No more sticking your snouts where they don't belong. Collect your things and leave. That again? I told you Issue's daughter left Riverhold years ago. He's just a delusional old Khajiit caught up in a fantasy. And for this you tried to ruin my little operation? Of all the things! Who I am does not matter. What I can do to you, on the other hand, should be of immediate concern. You either leave Riverhold on your own, or you leave in pieces. Your choice.
So it appears that your strange friend is Rideza the rogue. Good to know. Let us just say that her reputation precedes her. Well, threats to our life aside, it seems that we finally have a perpetrator. Now we just need to follow her. We are investigators, are we not? You must search for a trail. With any luck, she'll lead you straight to Issue's daughter. Meanwhile, Mizzik will alert the proper authorities.
Those were fresh sugar claws! I couldn't see who...
There! Rideza must have stepped on the jelly from the sugar claws. You must follow her trail while this one alerts the guards.
call this no picnic, but the alternative is a lot worse.
I warned you! Now the claws come out! Kill these muskars! Curse your meddling!
It is the road. Caught at last.
Did you find my daughter? Where is she?
Here! Your daughter is right here, you old fool!
Rideza! You're the one who stole Cynthia? Oh, this one's poor Jakashit.
Ha! Feeling a little jealous? To go so far as to steal your father's pet.
Well, it seems that our investigation has come to a successful close. Though not quite in a way that Mizzik was expecting. In hindsight, it makes sense. When you were told that Ishu's daughter left town years ago, Rideza must have been speaking of herself. Still, to have been chasing Ishu's pet this whole time. This is true. Because of our dedication, Riverhold no longer has to deal with these vile smugglers. And let us hope it stays that way, yes? Mizzik just needs to collect our reward. Why don't we meet at the Banished Regrets? Drinks are on Mizzik. Just as soon as he is paid, of course.
Ishu is so pleased that you were able to find Cynthia. Finally, this one's family can be reunited. What do you mean? Ishu gave you every detail about his precious Cynthia that he could think of. Was there something that made you think his daughter was a Khajiit? Well, no matter. Cynthia is safe and Mizzik will have his payment. Rideza has become just as greedy and cruel as her mother. How can Ishu accept such a daughter? Especially one who has already caused him to suffer. Rideza will face the justice of Riverhold's guards, as she deserves. If she wants to make peace, Ishu will make peace. After all, a quiet life for him and his family is all this one asks for. If Rideza wishes to be a part of that, she may be, but it is up to her.
family reunited, a smuggling ring destroyed, and the gratitude of all of Riverhold. Not a bad start to a partnership, yes? Mizzik was even able to secure a hefty bonus, thanks to the generosity of Captain Kahiri. Of course, of course. Your share as promised. After all, Mizzik would never have been able to solve this investigation without your aid. Pleasure working with you, Walker. Do not be a stranger, yes? A safe town, a happy client, and an investigation expertly solved. And a five-claw partnership, if Mizzik does say so himself. What more could this one ask for? After such a successful investigation, Mizzik is hopeful that more clients will come forth. We live in turbulent times, Walker. Dragons, tyrants, necromancy. There is no end to Elsewhere's suffering as of late, and yet so much is overlooked. Those in power have priorities, and the petty problems of the common folk, they tend to be on the very bottom of this list. That is why we must look after each other. If Mizzik does not offer his help, who will? Of course. But first and foremost, it is Mizzik's passion. That is why this one takes the name Thunderboots. If he cannot work in the name of justice, then he will not work at all. This he swears.